Hey friends, play the game. That's going to be our thought for day 112 in our Bible reading plan. Followers of Jesus, we've got to learn how to work well with others. And sometimes that means playing by other people's rules. Here's what it says in Matthew 12, verse 17. Tell us then, what's your opinion? Is it right for us to pay the imperial tax to Caesar or not? Jesus knew he was being set up. He knew that if he were to say, yes, pay your taxes, then his people's leaders would run to the other leaders of his people and say, Jesus is saying to side with the Romans. And Jesus knew that if he were to say, no, don't pay your taxes, that his people's leaders would run to the Romans and say that Jesus was causing a problem. And so in his masterful way, he teaches us to a certain degree, we have to learn to play the game. See, we've got to learn to get along with the people that make the rules, whether the rules are right or just or whatever. We've got to learn how to get along with those people. See, if we're not in charge, we've got to learn to play the game by the rules of those who are in charge. Again, maybe just to a degree, but if we want to have influence in a certain arena, it's all these it's pay to play. Like, we have to learn how to get along. See, this is where Americans in particular, we've got to be careful, because we've got certain rights that are afforded to us by our Constitution, but not everybody in the world has those rights. Some countries have dictators, that those people are just the mercy of those leaders. Others have like tribal chiefs, and then whoever's the strongest at the moment, they make the rules. Others have different kinds of constitutions. But we have to be careful in particular in America, because it's easy to confuse our American rights with our Christian responsibilities. We should defend our rights at the voting booth, but we shouldn't always utilize our rights. We have a First Amendment right to free speech. As a follower of Jesus, like Jesus, sometimes it's better to remain silent. I've got the right to pursue happiness or property. Sometimes it's better to serve others than it is, and to help them achieve their goals, than it is to further my own. See, if Jesus would have demanded his rights as the Son of God, nobody would have followed him. It would have been forced, right? They would have followed him as long as he had his thumb on them. But he wanted people to choose him and to love. He wanted to change people's hearts. It's why he turned down the devil's temptations. He knew he had to play the game. He had to work within the systems of the people that had been created. That meant that sometimes he had to give up his own rights for the benefit of those he wanted to impact. Have a beautiful